Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, one and all. Welcome back to the New Galaxy Gamers channel, and welcome back to a casual survival here in Space Engineers 1. And if when you watch this episode, welcome to 2026. It's really hard to believe we're actually there, isn't it? That being said, this is a pre-recorded episode because obviously it's a holiday. If you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you're a returning member, welcome back to you as well. It's great to have you all here. As usual, all usual disclaimers are in the description of this really awesome video. And last week we did some maintenance on the base. We got conveyors all hooked up so that we can get the conveyor inside. And all that good stuff. We fixed the connectors over here, and hooked up a build and repair and a sorter. All that good stuff, all that awesome stuff. We also put a build and repair, as we call it, a base bob, here inside the main entrance. So we got a base bob here too. That's helping us out, being really cool. And yeah, so we're going to continue on today. Excuse me, I thought I was going to sneeze there for a second. We're going to go ahead and we're going to continue on today. We'll grab our coffee, our donuts, our bagels, our egg McMuffin, sausage, egg and cheese biscuits, our favorite snack foods from our favorite local mom and pop coffee shop, and we shall get cracking. All right, one thing I do want to check is how much battery energy do we have in here? Oh, okay. Not bad. All right, cool. We got an unknown signal coming down. Let's watch this thing come down. Watch this little bad boy come on down. We'll go and grab it. Oh, I might want to go and grab energy first. Or hydrogen, rather. All that messing around we've been doing. Flying around, zipping around, and all that. Okay, there we go. Let's go see if we can't grab that thing. La 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 la. So I hope you all had a awesome holiday with your family and your friends. Hope you arrive safe and sound at your destinations for the holidays, and hope you arrive home safe and sound too if you're traveling. Oh, there's a salvage yard. Oh, I'm so tempted. I am so tempted to go grab that thing. Let's click the unknown signal. Woohoo! A prisoner drill. Alright, well. Alright, no ready, prisoner. Thank you very much. Grab this stuff from out here because we got some wheat. we go. So for all of you who watch Space Engineers and the Stationeers series, you'll have seen me make the furnace and Stationeers blow up go boom. And that was kind of cool to see. I still think they make their some of their stuff a little bit too cartoony. But that's just me. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we'll plant some wheat. There we go. Yeah, so that was some interesting cinematics, though. I still think, in some ways, I think they're doing, the developers of Stationeers are doing a good job. They really are. But I still think it looks too blocky and too cartoony to some degree. But it's still, they're doing alright. They'll get there. Alright, so what are you missing? You're missing a buttload of iron. Yeah, I guess we can go get you a buttload of iron. Got silly stuff down there. So in Space Engineers 2, you are going to notice we aren't going to be picking up stone. I have played it a little bit off camera. I do like the game. I think Keen is doing a good job with it. It's still an alpha, but they're doing a good job. And I'm very impressed so far. So, you know. But I am glad they got rid of us picking up all that stone. Because even now, you know, even now, stone, having to deal with the stone here is really annoying in Space Engineers 1. So they've gotten rid of that in Space Engineers 2, and I'm really happy about that. I also am happy about the fact in Space Engineers 2 that they've gotten rid of the large grid and small grid nonsense. And I think that's going to be a lot better. There are things they need to do that they haven't done yet, and some things you would think, well, why didn't you do it? Merrick was on a live stream making excuses about why they didn't do things the way a developer normally does with the key bindings. And, you know, his rationale is just nonsense to me. And that honestly could be more because we, at Virtual World Research Inc., which is the company I own, we have a modular approach to key bindings. And so, you can do that early on in the game without it screwing up the key binding system. Because, and that's the thing. It's better these days in the modern era for software developers to do things in a modular way. That way they can add stuff, remove stuff without breaking the game. And, sometimes that gets missed in the equation, but so yeah, there is that, but the graphics in Space Engineers 2 looking really good, by the way. I'm actually really impressed about that. The graphics look 100 times better than in Space Engineers 1. So it will be a pleasure to play and have fun in Space Engineers 2. I do hope at some point soon they will open up the survival sandbox, the survival mode that's non-mission oriented, so that we can have fun on our own, doing it our way. I do feel like that was a mistake that they made, but at least with that, Merrick's rationale actually made some sense. So, we'll see. We'll see how they do. But yeah, I do like how Space Engineers 2 is coming along. We should be getting Vertical Slice 2.2 in the next couple of months, I think. I'll have to look at their roadmap and see. But we should be getting that very soon, and so there is that. All right, what was I doing? All right. Do not think we have enough. Let's let it get the let's let it get this out of the way. Let's see. I think we need do that. Do that. There we go. Okay, so now we'll have some protection from the air, from air attacks. Alright, so that's now creating that. Alright, let's see here. Got that, so we don't really need to do any more there. Can actually now... Yeah. See if we got some steel plate kicking around. Beetle beetle. Beetle beetle. Oh no, we do not have steel plate. Uh-oh. Oh, crap baskets. Well, that's a bummer. How is the stone doing? Are we going down over here? Okay, there's no stone here anymore. That's good. Okay, it's not bringing up magnetite. Alright. Okay. Alright, so we can get the drill going on the next bit then. Alright, now so let's think this out here. Yeah, let's move it forward. Drill and fill, hey, yeah. Alright, let's see. Should be the forward. Drill and fill, hey, yeah. On 77. One 7.0. Hey. Do. That went a little too far, right? Yeah, just by... Yeah, okay. Alright, so we need to bring that back. That 203 should actually do it for that. And that'll actually start giving us more iron when we turn the drill back on. Drill and fill, hey, yeah. There we go. Alright. Turn the drill back on. We'll turn Drilly McDrill face back up. Is that going to be enough to get it through? I might move that back just a hair. Just a smidge. As my grandmother would say. And no, I do not know why older folk come up with these weird sayings. My grandmother used to say just a smidge. There we go. Alright, that'll make sure that that's all set and covers everything. Actually, let me bring that back a couple more feet just to be sure that I got it right. There we go. There, now at least we're accounting for everything we missed. Well, for the most part. Okay, so we'll let that drill and fill and do its deal. Alright, magnetite's going in. Grab this unknown signal right over here like a handy dandy cool person we are in the frickin' fog. Let's be careful I don't kill myself by doing this. So, they did confirm that, they did actually confirm that there are some unknown signals that are not working in Space Engineers 1, and they haven't, at least at this point, they haven't figured out why. So, I can take an educated guess as to why. But I'm likely to be wrong. But if I were to take an educated guess, I'd have to say it's probably because some of the unknown signals are more linked to Space Engineers 2 than they really are to Space Engineers 1. And just so you know, I'm calling the original Space Engineers. I'm calling it Space Engineers 1. Just so you guys know. Can't actually put it in there. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Let's actually start to give ourselves let's start giving ourselves a wee bit of protection on the ground too. I don't know if I can't. Okay. Well, that blows. Oh, bugger. That really frickin' bites. Really bites. No. All right. I think, if I remember correctly, what did I put? Conveyor. Okay. All right. So I need to grab myself. Oh, that's why. Okay. That's why I haven't moved that yet. All right. I forgot about that, Chachi. All right, so now we'll do the howdy doody time on this. Ow! There we go. Right. Okay, so let's see. Conveyor, conveyor, hey, hey, conveyor. Conveyor, conveyor, hey, hey, conveyor. Alright, now we can put in the conveyor right here. Stuff another conveyor in over here. Hey, hey, conveyor. Don't. Hey, hey, conveyor. Alright, so now we grab our... We know we're going to need this. We know we're going to need this. Okay, so we do like so. We're just going to place it in just ever so gently. Yeah. I know you guys are going to be making fun of me now. That's alright. That's okay. Not mind if you make fun of me. For letting my inner Bob Ross out. And I just want to, say once again, that my thoughts and prayers go out to the Reiner family. I do want to just say that I do, my thoughts and prayers do go out to them on the tragedy of their loss. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, I do hope people will give them the dignity that they deserve. They've asked that people give them privacy at this time, and I think they deserve that. You won't get an argument from me on that. But, you know, I do think that mental health and drug use are two things that that are issues, I guess is what I would say. Alright, so now we got that back. And we know that those will all get built, so I'm not really worried about that. Weld. We're gonna have a weld and repair. Weld and repair. Weld and repair. Okay, so that's now set. That's all set over there. recharge our hydro bottle here. Charge our energy while we're at it. Oakley dokley. All right, let's go ahead and start working our way in here. So yeah, I do wish them the best, and my thoughts and prayers do go out to them. And I think I can speak for our community. I think I can speak for our community when I say that we are thinking of them, and all that good stuff. So there we go. Fine. Neat. So right now we're just adding in the stuff we need for the conveyor system. And that can be a challenge. So this is what we're doing. It's, you know, we're continuing work on getting our conveyor system going so that it can work its way into the base and all that good stuff. Okay, that should be enough for us to get this in. Alright, we should be able to get this in now. Beep. All right, there. So that's now all in. Let's see if this actually does what we want it to do. Hey. All right, so we've now started adding our conveyor system in. You know, I probably could move that. Eventually, this is all going to get moved anyway. All this stuff is going to go inside anyway at some point, so... Alright. Let's clear this up so that we can access these proper. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So that's now all going to be, should be fine. That's going to take time to build up. All right. Let me hop in here. Build. We'll come in here, we'll do it. Oh, wait. Do our paint it pink routines. Okay. Weld. Base. Bob 3. Help others. Pick the color, the paint it pink color for deconstruction. Set that, set that. The rest is awesome sauce. Ooh. The heck was that? Oh, must have been an unknown signal. Yeah, must have been an unknown signal. Okay, so that build and repair is ready to go when it comes online. How are we doing over here? Start getting some of that done real quick. Alright, I think while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and... we'll start putting this in. Oh. Don't want that being painted pink. You lot crazy? We'll move these lights right now before I forget. Oops. Just trying to grind the wrong thing. Ookily dookily. Get these put back in here real fast. It actually took care of him for me. Yeah. Okay, so the lights are moved there. I cannot move him that way. Why? Okay, so that means we got something something is wrong somewhere. Something's wrong somewhere. Something is wrong. Batman. Okay. You know what? Alright, I think I know what I'm gonna do just to make sure that these are all building correctly. Yeah. Alright. Let me do it this way. Let me do that. Let me paint these pink. This way we can see what exactly is broken in the conveyor. And I'll change this up just a tad. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Okay. I'll do this. Yeah, those are all connected. All right. All right, so we'll paint those pink, let those deconstruct. Let's replace them now with our new ones with the correct way we want them. We want it just like that. I want to be able to see the light on the green light. I'm not using the wrong one. There we go. Okay. This will allow, what this will do is this will allow us to be able to troubleshoot if there is a problem in our conveyor connection. Which in most cases there usually is. Sometimes. When I get it wrong. I can remember when I first started playing Space Engineers, I'd get this stuff wrong all the time, you know? And, oh yeah, I'd get it wrong so many times. It's, you know, at some point it got frustrating for me, but You know, eventually I got the hang of what I was doing. Okay, that should do it. Yeah, so I'd get it wrong about, you know, when I first started at playing Space Engineers, I'd get it wrong about 99.9% of the time. But I didn't care, you know, because I was having fun with it. And eventually I ended up, you know, figuring out what I was doing wrong. Yes, I would get frustrated. You know, any game that I play, I need more steel plate. Any game that I would play, right, I would get frustrated. That's just who I am. You know, I can't help that. I just get frustrated. You know, that's just who I am. You know, unfortunately, it gets back into things that I can't talk about. But yeah. So when you hear me go on rants out of frustration, that's why. Okay. So that should... There. Okay. Should be all set now. Let's put this in here like that. Okay. go.
Energy low.
Thank you, Tias. I will jump in the seat over here real quick and recharge my energy. There we go. Alright, so they're built up to here. Almost. Alright, so once we get these in, we'll call the episode there, because we are at the hour mark. Good plate. Yeah, so it's just going to take it a few minutes to get this all back to normal. Got the plates, so it'll take long. I don't think it'll take us long, folks. Here we go. We're getting there. This way we'll know that these lines are connected properly. Once we know they're connected, then if there's a problem with it, with being able to pass stuff, then we know the problem's elsewhere in the system, so. Alright, so we're about to find out. Alright, that looks like that's all connected on this side. Green. Okay, so the issue is not here. Okay, the issue is not there. Alright. Okay, so the issue's not that. So, that means the issue is outside somewhere. In the outer part of the base. Let's see, let's grab this. And that's fixed. Okay. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. By George. Got it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll leave it there for this episode. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. It is the first episode of 2026. It's really hard to believe that, but it is. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. Smash that bell notification icon and to let yourself know when the next video comes out. And be sure to share the link to the channel with your family, your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, your pet kitty cat, pet puppy dog, pet parakeet, pet bunny rabbit, pet boa constrictor, if you were on a snake, or maybe even a pet guinea pig or reindeer would be. Maybe even a dragon. Do dragons really exist? By sharing the link to the channel with others, it does help this wonderful channel grow, and it helps our wonderful community grow as well. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a safe, wonderful, and successful rest of your week, and a happy new year. I look forward to bringing you more cool content in 2026, and I do hope you have a safe journey to your destination for the holidays and a safe journey home as well. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I shall see you all in the next episode. Happy gaming.